salary cap or engaged in any misconduct related to aspiration. Any contrary assertion is provably false. Stephen A., your reaction to the story and Pablo's investigation?
Let me say this. First of all, I'm going to always give Steve Ballmer the benefit of the doubt. I think that he's a treasure for the NBA, and obviously this is worthy of an investigation, it appears. The Clippers have categorically denied any wrongdoing. I'm certainly going to give this man the benefit of the doubt because he's done a lot for the league, and I think he's a good man, and until we find otherwise, he deserves the benefit of the doubt. Not that it doesn't deserve to be investigated, but he deserves the benefit of the doubt. Having said that, let me tell you what really, really stands out with me and why I said, believe it or not, some of this is believable. Because there's a sentence in here where it says, the deal was with Kawhi Leonard's company, KL2 Aspire, LLC, and included clauses allowing Leonard to do nothing, yet still collect payment. That's the Kawhi Leonard I know. Doing nothing and getting paid for it. Now, this is a two-time champ. I want to be very, very clear about what I'm saying. When this man is on the court, he is a bona fide superstar player. This brother is a two-time champion, two-time NBA Finals MVP, okay? He can ball, doesn't shrink beneath the spotlight or the pressure. This is in no way questioning his greatness as a basketball player. But I have stated this on many occasions. He is the worst superstar I have ever seen in sports. Worse and superstar being the operative words. No denying he's a superstar. But I have never seen a superstar do less to market and promote his team or promote the brand. It was so bad, doggy, that I almost had a heart. I'm telling you right now, I had to go to the doctor and get checked up because I had palpitations. When I saw this man on a podium at a press conference post-game actually talking, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it because he says nothing. This is a man that did New Balance commercials, and the kids spoke, Molly. The kids. He didn't say a word. I've seen them go up to him and need him to sign autographs and fraternize with the public when he was sitting behind on the bench collecting about $40+ million, and he wouldn't do it. So he has spent years doing absolutely, positively nothing. That's why his uncle, Dennis Robinson, is so popular. It's a name that all of us know. Why? Because that man never fails to go and ask for the money now. He wants to ask for the money. They want a masseuse. They want a helicopter. They want, you talk about me in private jet. Don't even get me started, this brother. I mean, it is endless. What he has made sure he gets time and time and time again, despite the inordinate amount of games that he has played. Now, last year he fooled us all because he played like 21 of the last 25 games, was available in the postseason, plus did interviews. Like I said, gave me palpitations. I couldn't believe it, okay? But he missed like 34 games before that. This man is a walking absentee on the ballot. This brother will check the absentee ballot as much as he possibly can throughout his career. So when I saw this report and it said, money for doing nothing, I said, that's what made me pause. Not because of Steve Ballmer, not because of the Clippers, because of him. Because if there's a way for this brother to get money guaranteed without working, that's what that brother has done. That's what I'm saying. Now, I know he's injured. He's not taking time off. He's injured. But my God, I haven't seen too many people as gifted in taking time off as Kawhi Leonard.
Now, he did play really well last year against Denver. I want to give him a little pass because he was great. I'm more wrapped up in a salary cap situation because in other sports with caps, Jerry Jones got himself lost draft picks, got suspended. Carmen policy with San Francisco, there was always some issues with them. Washington, they got nailed because they maneuvered. He's done a good job, Goodell, checking that down and making sure these teams obey the rules. $28 million. Ballmer loves the players. He's very pro player. Adam Silver, you got to look into this. And this tour, he does a good job, Pablo. He's on top of it. He's gotten a lot of these things right. I trust him. So from that standpoint, I think there's probably a lot of smoke this fire. And $28 million is $28 million. The NBA better look into this seriously. You can't let him get away with that. All these teams are abiding by the cap, and he's fooling around with $28 million. You're innocent until proven guilty, as Steve said. But you need an investigation. That, to me, is a very serious offense in a salary cap.
And I'm not, and in no way, listen, I've known Steve Ballmer throughout the years. I know a lot of people within the Clippers organization. I think they're first class. I got a lot of love for them. I got a lot of personal relationships within that organization. I've known them for years. I believe I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and I want to put that out on Front Street. And Steve Ballmer is one of my favorite owners in the league. I just think that he's a good man. But that doesn't mean this doesn't warrant an investigation. You're absolutely right. I'm not sitting there and saying otherwise, okay? Because the facts are the facts, and the truth is the truth, whatever it may be. And there's no question that there's enough speculation out there for this to be looked into. But let's also understand one of the biggest reasons it needs to be looked into is because of who Kawhi Leonard has been. This is a man that basically held the Clippers hostage. Magic Johnson is running the Los Angeles Lakers, okay? He wants Kawhi Leonard there with LeBron, with AD on the way. And essentially, Kawhi Leonard blackmailed the Los Angeles Clippers. I say that affectionately, not maliciously, because he basically said, look, if you don't go out there and get Paul George, I'm not only not coming, I'm going to go to the Lakers. And so you bomb and the Clippers, you got to try to build a new arena, which opened last year. You can't let that happen. So he not only arrived, but compelled the Clippers to give up a whole boatload of assets, one of them being Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the league MVP, the NBA Finals MVP, and the reigning NBA champion, who is universally recognized as one of the best in the game and has been a top 2 league MVP candidate the last 2 years. You're Kawhi Leonard, and you forced them to do that and then proceeded to miss game after game after game throughout all of these years. So him and missing these games, but still making sure he gets his check and perks. I can't emphasize that word enough, doggy, perks. He should give lessons on the perks that he has received, okay, compared to the work that he has done for the Clippers organization. When it says, hey, Kawhi Leonard getting this for virtually doing nothing, that's what stood out to me. Kawhi Leonard getting paid for not working?
Leave it there. He did sign a 3-year extension, the 2024 offseason, right, for $153 million.
Yes, he does. And trust me, it's going to be more. Somewhere along the way, he got more.
The U.S. Open is in action, and I got a quick take for you here, Mad Dog. Novak Djokovic is on to the semifinals as the U.S. Open after ousting American Taylor Fritz in 4 sets last night. Dog, did you watch the match?
No, I didn't. Yes, I did. And I tell you right now, Fritz had some chances, but Fritz is a good player, not a great player. He had 1 million break points. He's never going to break through. He's not going to join this Alcaraz and Sinner and Djokovic combination. Djokovic probably won't beat Alcaraz, but give him credit. 4 Grand Slams this year. He's made the semifinals in every single one. He's still clearly the 3rd best player in the world. And one last addendum, if I may quickly. The U.S. Open has to change its schedule. You cannot play the men's final week 1 of the NFL at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Finish the tournament before the NFL.
You're 100% right.
That's ridiculous. I can't watch it Sunday at 2. I got the Giants, Jets, NFL football, and you got Sinner Alcaraz. Finish your tournament on Saturday against the college. Get away from the NFL on Sunday. I
totally agree with you about that, but that's us as Americans. Tennis is an international sport, and it's not just about America.
But it's in New York City, though.
I got you. I know where it is.
It's an American event. It's the U.S. Open.
I know where it is, but I'm just saying the fact is that they view themselves as an international sport as well. They should, because some of the top players are not from America. That's clear. And so because of that, they might look at it that way. At the end of the day, I watched this from start to finish.
Yeah, you're into it.
I said, but Djokovic, he looked tired near the end. And I was glad to see him close the deal, because at one point, Fritz won 9 or 10 games. And I'm just looking at it and I'm saying, what's up with him? And then, because I'm fantasizing about him going against Alcaraz, and I'm like, I don't know if he's going to beat that brother. Now, Djokovic can beat anybody, right? 38 years of age, still one of the top 3 players in the world, but I just don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try to go to the match Friday.
3 o'clock Friday afternoon.
No one wants to compete with the NFL on Sunday.
You can't get away from the NFL.
Right. You got to make that work.
You can't play your Sunday final against.
We got to leave it there. Speaking of the NFL, someone here thinks the addition of Micah Parsons puts Green Bay in the middle of the pack in the NFC. Major disagreement on the NFC power structure. That's next, and of course it's Wednesday, so Mad Dog's got a few things to get off his chest. What are you mad about is on the way. We'll be right back.